Hello my dear students. In the last class we have discussed various types of education where we have seen informal education, formal education and non-formal education. And today we are going to discuss about extension education, which is a type of non-formal education. Agriculture extension, we have also seen an example of non-formal education. So let's start our today's discussion. Come to the first one, we should know that the extension term that is derived from two Latin roots. What are those two Latin roots? First one is ex and second one is tensio, where ex means out and tensio means stretching. So we can say that extension means stretching out. Okay, so we can say that extension is that kind of education which is stretched out to the people in rural areas, and it is not limited to educational institutions only like schools, colleges and universities. Okay, then we'll see that how extension is different from extension education. Sometimes these two terms are interchangeably used, but these two are different from each other. These two are not same. Okay, so according to Rowling, what he is telling? He is telling that extension is the actual field work, done by professional extension workers at different management level. So extension is mostly that is the field work. Okay, but what is extension education then? Extension education is the body of knowledge or theory about how that extension work is done. So basically you can say that how that extension work can be done, that we learn in that extension education. Okay, so this is the basic difference between extension and extension education. All of you got it? Okay, then come to the next one, definitions of extension education. Various eminent persons or various institution or organization have given their definition on extension or extension education. So let's see. First definition that is given by Ansminger in 1957. According to Ansminger, extension is an education that tries to change people's attitude and practices. Okay, then come to the next definition that is given by Rudramurthy in 1964. Extension is the process of carrying new scientific and technological knowledge to the people who need it most. Okay, then come to the third definition that is given by National Commission on Agriculture, NCA, in 1976. According to NCA, extension is out of school education and services for farm families and others in farming to help them use better methods. Okay, so it is out of school education. In many exams you will find that out of school education is also called as your extension. Okay, so extension, what it does, it is the out of school education. Outside the school system, it provides services and education to the farm families. Then come to the fourth definition that is given by Ray 2011. According to him, extension is the science of developing people's abilities for sustainable improvement in their quality of life. So we can say that extension helps to improve the quality of life. Okay, then come to the fifth definition of extension education is given by Sericulture Extension Guide. So according to Sericulture Extension Guide, extension education is working with farmers, their families and communities through informal ways to give useful practical knowledge for better living. So what it actually do? It is telling that extension workers, extension people should informally connected with the farmers, their family members and communities, and they should share or provide useful practical knowledge so that their living standard will be improved. Okay, so these were the different definitions of extension education. Very important, all of you remember these definitions. It may be asked in exams. Now we'll try to understand extension education in a better way by comparing it with formal education. Based on some criteria, we'll compare it. Okay, so come to the first criteria, that is place of teaching. Based on place of teaching, it is telling that formal education mostly done inside the institution like school, colleges and university, but extension education mostly carried out outside the institution, that is villages, farms and community places. Okay, then come to the second criteria, that is type of learners. Which type of learners are seen in formal education? Mostly in formal education, learners are similar and having common goals. But in case of extension education, learners are mixed and have different types of goals. Okay. Then come to the third criteria is rules and freedom. Mostly you can see in formal education system there is strict rules and learners get little freedom of choice to select subject. But in case of extension education, learners are getting more freedom and learners can choose subject matter as per their choice. Okay. Then come to the fourth criteria is curriculum and exams. In case of formal education, there is fixed syllabus, fixed curriculum and regular exams are conducted, degrees or certificates are given. But in case of extension education, there is no such fixed syllabus and it is flexible as per their needs, as per the needs of your farmers, or we can say that the learners in case of extension education, and there is no formal exam or degrees. Then come to the fifth one. Fifth criteria is flow of knowledge. How it is going on in case of formal education? In formal education, you can see that one way flow of knowledge from teacher to students only. But in case of extension education, there is two-way flow of knowledge. That is, extension worker also learns from the people, not people only learn from the extension worker. Okay, so here extension worker also get knowledge from the farmers. Then come to this sixth criteria, that is teaching method. In case of formal education, we can see that teacher mainly instructs students directly in class. But in case of extension education, what happens? Extension worker often teaches through local leaders and group activities. Then come to the seventh criteria is theory versus practice. In case of formal education, we can see that always it starts from theory and ends with practice. In case of schools, colleges, institutions, you can see. But in case of extension education, we can see that it always starts with real life problems and situation. And based on that problem and situation, we try to explain the theory. So my students, this was the comparison between formal education and extension education based on some major criteria. Now we will see various disciplines of extension education. So what are those disciplines of extension education? First one is agricultural extension, second one is animal husbandry extension, third one is fishery extension, fourth one is forestry extension, fifth one is farm mechanization or agricultural engineering extension, sixth one is home science extension, and seventh one is medical extension. So this is all about today's class. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.